Hey guys, Jeff Joslin here at Joslin's Mixed Martial Arts. Just finished a Saturday of training, some adult gi classes, beginner, advanced, and some kids classes and a pro fighter class as well. So it's been a long day, but I wanted to spend a few moments sharing with you guys a breakdown of some techniques. It's been a while since I did an MMA breakdown of techniques that have happened in the MMA world, but I was inspired by Anderson Silva against Yushin Okami. That was an awesome fight. Silva, I don't know if it was Brazil, the fact that he's fighting in Brazil, but he came out hard, almost, very, very aggressive, trying to finish the fight. And not only that, but he showed a lot of techniques, some very slick moves in the fight. And some of the techniques he used are the same ones that I like to use in my training, in my fights as well. And so I'm going to give you guys a breakdown on how he applied it, and then I'll try to add a few details to make it even more useful for you in your training. Okay, so first one we're going to start off now in this video is we're going to start off with when Anderson drops his hands down. So I had to think about it there for a second. Anderson drops his hands down, so he's in a southpaw stance. In this fight, if you watch this fight, he switched from southpaw to orthodox. He was all over the place, lots of different positions. But he stands in a southpaw stance. He dropped his hands, kind of, wanting Okami to punch him, and then he threw a jab from this position and actually dropped Okami with it. So a lot of people think that this might be a cocky motion, or it might be arrogance or disrespect to the opponent, but I don't think so. I think it's a very technical move. It takes a lot of confidence, a lot of experience, but it can work very well. And it's again one that I like to use from time to time in my training as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get by the bag. Now I'm going to go in orthodox stance, but again it can be used the other way, like Silva did from his southpaw stance. Okay, so you can reverse it. So I'm going to get in my stance, I'm going to drop my hands down, but I'm not going to lose my balance, my sitting on my punch, because I want power right away. I can still hit hard. You can still hit hard with your hands down like this, as you saw in the fight with Okami and Silva. So I like to keep my legs bent and my butt back and my hollow stomach, and I drop my hands down here. Okay? Now from this position here, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure, okay, what Silva did was he jabbed straight down the pipe. Now how do we ensure that this is going to be a powerful and a fast punch? First off, you're going to have good balance, 50-50 with your weight. You're going to punch straight from the the hip right here, right up into the face. Okay? You're not going to bring it up into the chamber and punch. You're just going to punch straight line. So it's going to come right from this position, up and hit. Boom, right there. Now, to ensure your power, what you want to do, like any other jab, is you want to bend your knee, and you want to have your knee over top of your toes on the front leg. Okay? Very, very important. If you just jab like this is useless. If you jab just with your arm, you need your body weight. So you're going to bend your knee over your toe, and you're going to make sure that your chest and shoulder are over top of that knee, so everything's in line on impact. Okay, you don't want to go past, of course, in case you miss the guy. You're going to fall into his takedown, fall into his punch. Okay, so the hands are down, good position here. Bend the knees, nice and relaxed. Okay, from this position here, we're going to bend the knee, and we're going to punch and commit the weight and jab right to the face. So from here, chin is down always, just in case you have to move your head. That's really what he's looking for. Okay, if he's going to defend a punch, he's not going to be like this with his hands. He's going to move his head, and he did that very, very well. So in this position here, he's going to jab out. Okay, so you kind of go from, you have to be very relaxed. If you're tense, it's going to be slow. You see? You got to go from almost nothing to 100%. Straight ahead. Hands down, moving the head a little bit. That little sway is good because he's not going to be sure when the punch is going to come. You see? If I'm still and I throw it, he sees the first motion as the punch. Boom, he's ready. So you're swaying your head, you might have thought it was there, and then boom, straight out. Of course, you got to be ready to slide back with your feet, slide to the left, slide to the right. Okay, the time to do this is when he's a little bit tired, he's losing his confidence, maybe he's not a high kicker. I wouldn't do this against a great kicker. Boom, right in the face. So you got to judge the time, and you got to pick the right moment. Here, one more time, nice and loose. I keep good shoulder forward. If you're too square, you're not going to reach. Okay, you want to have a good angle, hands are dropped, and they don't see it coming. Okay, because it comes from an upwards angle, and it's in a nice straight line towards the opponent. So that's an effective move. I wouldn't suggest if you're a beginner that you try that right away. You could get bopped in the head. But you can once in a while play around with it, but be careful.